hello, Tamara. It is a blessing to have you here with us today. And, the networking expert is always looking for great individuals to come on and talk about yourself and your business for entrepreneurs that really love what they do. And Tamara, you and I have had many talks, and I truly know that you love your business.
I really do love my business. Thank you so much.
Yes. And so you might be asking, what does Tamara really do? Well, Tamara Patrick is an entrepreneur. She is a life coach for restarting you. So give me a little introduction about Tamara and her business.
Okay, well, my name is Tamara Patrick, and I have Just For You Life Brigade, life coaching for restarting you. This business is for women over 50 who are struggling to revamp their life after a major event, and also for soldiers transitioning out of the military that are struggling to revamp, and veterans that are struggling to revamp as well. So, restarting their life is a little harder than we think sometimes. So that's what I do.
Absolutely. And you know what I love about you, Tamara, is that you are a veteran of 17
Yes,
years in the U.S. military, in the U.S. Army.
yes,
17 years. And the reason that she's no longer in the military is because the military said, "Oh, I am so sorry that you came and fought for our country and you were hurt, and now we have to send you home." Is that correct?
yes, yes. I have too many things to tell you, but the military pretty much said, "You're broke, go home." I said, "Okay." So I went home.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
But you
yeah,
served 17 very long years. And for being a
yeah,
military wife at one time,
yes,
year as a military dependent is forever. I've never
yes,
enlisted in the military, so I don't know that side of it. But my husband went in right when he got out of high school, and he graduated a year before I did. And then we married, and then I became a military wife. And it's hard. It's hard for
it is hard.
and never knowing when you're coming home, when you're leaving, where we're going to be stationed at next, and leaving the life that you've known. I've had to leave college
Yeah,
right in the middle of nursing school because, oh, you can stay at Fort Hood and finish nursing school, or you can go to Germany with your husband. Well, I'm not going to leave my husband to go off to, that wasn't for me. I wanted
yes,
to be with him. So it's
yeah,
hard for everyone. It's not when you're in the military, it affects the entire family. I know that.
yeah,
And
yeah. Those life changes are hard.
yes, they are. And when I say we decided to discharge out of the military, while he was in the military, I became he was there 7 years, and I became very settled. I was very comfortable being a military wife. I had a career. He was doing his thing. We had, started our family with one baby girl, and we were in Germany, but he threw up his hands and said, "No more. When my time's up, I'm up. I'm done. I am done." So we came back to
Yeah,
the States, and I'm telling this story because this is where Tamara comes in at. I wished I would have known a Tamara when we discharged out of the military, because they literally made sure he was healthy, sent him on his way. We didn't know
yeah,
about anything. Veterans have certain things that they are privileged to, like the VA and
yeah,
discounts at Lowe's and discounts at certain restaurants. And what do you do if you don't have medical insurance and you're sick and all of that? Because he got to keep that. He still has that. We've never
right.
used it, but we know it's there. He wasn't in there long enough for his dependents to have any help, but at least he does have it if he ever needs it. But we didn't know anything about what he was entitled to or what I don't even want to say entitled, the perks, let's use the word
Yes.
perks, are out there for the ex-military, you know, when you get discharged or you retire from the military. So it's great to have someone like Tamara to get your mind, body, and soul prepared to, okay, what do I do next? What is it out there for me? So what were some of your struggles that you went, like let me ask you this, let me rephrase that. Tamara, what was your number one struggle when you came home after 17 years as a civilian that you had to work through and you wish you would have had a Tamara to talk to?
Okay, so when you leave your hometown, you think, oh, I'm gonna go home. But you don't realize that people lived their life while you were gone. So you just think you're going to go in and just jump right back into life right there. You're not. Because even as a realtor, I thought, oh, I'm going to do good when I go home. No, because people don't do business with people they don't know, like, and trust. Well, they might have known, like, and trust me when I was gone or before I left, but they don't know me anymore. And we've changed. Life changes. As you grow up, you change. And, sometimes, depending on what you went through, it's not as easy as you think to go back and just say, oh, yes, I'm right back into my home. And even part of my family, I, my nieces and nephews grew up while I was gone. And to fit back into life, you're like, well, I should just, no.
You're right.
And my grandbabies grew up too. I have two older granddaughters that are 16, and they both grew up without me too. So they really don't know me as well as, they know me, Mimi, but they don't know me as know me.
Yeah,
So it's a little harder than we think. So the
absolutely.
biggest thing was just fitting back into home.
Yeah.
So that was the hardest part. Yeah.
No, you hit it the hammer on the nail. You know, I remember when we decided to leave the military, I came home with an 18-month-old baby that
Mm-mm.
our parents had only seen once when we brought her back from Germany on a vacation. So that baby grew up for 18 months, really not knowing grandparents.
Yes.
And my our mothers missed that time. But
Yes.
we thought, we knew that Mark wanted to come home and go finish his education. Both of us went to school while he was in the military, but we didn't finish it. And we knew that he wanted to finish his first. So we came home thinking, well, we'll have help with the baby if we go back to our hometown instead of going to the town where he was going to have to go to school, which would have been in Memphis, Tennessee. And we were going to live in Arkansas, which back then, before all the highways were gone, was an hour and a half drive each way just to go to school, plus work full time while he was in school. So it was
Yeah.
hard even then. But guess what? We really didn't have that much help with baby.
Mm-mm.
No. And my high school friends, when I left, we were tight, we were fit, we were friends
Yes.
forever. No, they got married without me, they started families without me, and they didn't,
Yeah.
even to this day, Tamara, we're not truly connected.
Remember?
We get
Yes.
together on Facebook every once in a while. That's just about it. And we don't
Yeah.
even say hi most of the time. They just
Yep.
pop up because we grew apart just because of the distance.
Yes.
So it was hard for him. It was hard for me because we had to start friends completely over again. And in our
Yes.
evil minds, we thought, oh, we're going back to our hometown. Everything's going to be, people are just going to wrap
You
their arms
know.
around us. They did not. They did not. And
Yeah.
we have to do better as human beings, though. I think
Yes.
as human
I
beings,
agree.
we have to be better at doing that because why not? Life's
Yeah.
too short. Why not? I
Yeah.
miss my high school buddies. And
Yes.
I am not young anymore, people. So,
Yes.
so yes, Tamara. So I wished I would have had a Tamara when we got out of the military because of that. So life coaching for restarting you and her being a veteran and going through so many things, being hurt, being broken, as she said, and the military saying adios before retirement, just a few years
Yes.
short of retirement. It
Yes.
sucked, didn't it? That's the only
Yes, it
word
did.
for it. It sucked. It sucked because
Yeah.
you worked hard to be there and thought that retirement was going to be there for you.
Yes.
And it was,
And you seem to think, you just like I said, I feel like sometimes I felt like, oh, they just threw me away. They broke me and threw me away. But I know that's not really what happened, but that's just how it feels sometimes. So I think that those feelings, we get those feelings involved in that, and then we don't really know where we're going from there. So, I hope that, it's hard to sit back and go, oh yeah, we can. No, no.
no, and you know what,
No, no.
Tamara, and I know you and I have had lots of conversations about this. Change, we say, is hard, but you know what? It's really not the change that's hard. It's the mindset, wrapping your
Yes,
mind around the change is what it is. It's all about how we react to the situations that we are going through at that moment, the situations we've already been through, and the situations that we will face. Because
yes,
I know from us getting out of the military, my husband wasn't hurt. So thank God for that. But you had that challenge, but it's the not knowing, what am
yeah,
I going to do? What career am I going to do? Where am I going to live? Where are my kids going to go to school? How is this going to affect the children? Because
right,
some people get out of school and their children are teenagers.
right,
How is that going to affect them? Because now we've got to relocate again.
right.
So there is a lot of things involved with that, and I know that. And I know that when Tamara put her program together for Restarting You, she literally meant that she can help anyone that is having to restart in any situation. She
Yes,
and I know that you are right now, you're also serving women over 50 that are going through change. Now that doesn't mean you're 40 and you need some help. She won't help. She will. It's just that we know
yes,
that there's a lot of women that's 50 and older that is going through life changes. Maybe menopause is a huge thing when you hit 50. Let's face it. Takes
yes,
a lot
yes,
of change mentally and physically for women. Also for their spouses. If there's a big
yes.
change, because there's a big change in her. Um, Also, if you went through what else do you do to help? I know there's like divorce women.
There's women that have, at the age of 58 and above, sometimes or 50 and above, sometimes you know, um, we lose a spouse. Maybe we've lost a child. Maybe we've lost a mom, a dad. Those are losses those are pretty hard losses. And then, of course, you find yourself going, what do I do now? Where do I come from? So now you have to be redirected. You have to change you have to reframe your mind and say, oh, okay, well, maybe. But the thing is, this is really it gives you a good time for growth. It gives you a good time. Maybe that's a perfect time to restart going to a different career. Um, I went from being a realtor to a life coach, you know. Um, I went from, thinking, oh, I'm going to be an interior designer, and then thinking, no, that's really not what I want to do. I love helping women go, oh yeah, let me see. I'm good at this. I'm good at crocheting. So crochet, teach people how to crochet, or just helping them find their purpose. It's really I love doing that. That's my
Yes.
my joy because I enjoy doing that. And also soldiers who come out of the military and they go, oh, what do I do now? And in the military, you're trained to be tough and, I can do this, I can do anything. Well, sometimes it's a little harder than you think because you have to find that purpose. And then you've got to be motivated to go and find that purpose. And then you have to know where you're going and how to get there. So I love to be able to sit back and say, okay, let's set these goals and let's make these steps. And taking those steps and watching people take those steps, it makes me amazed. I love people and I love watching how they can go from being lost to knowing exactly what they want to do. So that's what I do.
How rewarding is that? That sounds so rewarding.
I love it. I think it's rewarding just to watch them grow and watch people go, I didn't really think I could do that. That's awesome. And that makes me, that makes me just, I'm excited about it. So I always get excited about it. So
Yes,
that's what I do.
absolutely. Oh my gosh, Tamara, this has been amazing. And I always love talking with you. And I know that people will be reaching out to you because we all have change in our lives. And no matter how little or big you think your change is, this is the way I see it. It's change. It
Yes,
doesn't matter. There is no size to change. There's no, everyone has a story and everyone's
yes,
story is important. And don't give it a size. Oh, it's a small thing comparing to that thing. No, it's a change. It's a
yes,
decision that needs to be made to reach out to someone that can guide you to the next step, to reframe, like you said, to get that
yes.
mindset in the right direction. And Tamara Patrick is your girl. Tamara, it has been amazing talking to you. And thank you, everyone. Have an amazing rest of your day. Until next time. Bye bye now.
LaDonna, thank you. Bye-bye,
Bye
guys.
bye.